Well, it's that time, folks. It's that time. And if you ain't been paying attention to what's going on over there with Foodie Kenobi, then you missed out on a lot last night because she was live streaming for like 27 hours a day, 16 days a week for 400 years straight. But she didn't stop there, folks. She was just over there and she became a little bit, what? How can I say it? Oblivious to what was going on in the chat. And you know when she's oblivious, something goes on there that she didn't notice. And you know what that was? The love of her life, the guy that stands next to her sometimes in videos that they think they're married, was flirting over there in the side chat, just chatting away, do a little bit flirt while Foodie's over there just laying sideways on the couch, having no clue what's going on. And that's the best part, because this is going on, what, 4 years that he been doing this? He been talking to person after person. All the people that's in the side chat flirting with him, he just gets away with it. And she, you know what she does? She sneak inside and try to text him and say, could you please a little bit stop? I'm being embarrassed in front of my chat and my beeses. Could you stop? And you know what he says to her? Absolutely not. I'm going to do whatever I want, and I'm going to continue to do this. You know why? Because you ain't going to do nothing about it. And that's how I see it's been going on. Because if this drama been going on for this long and he hasn't learned, then he's doing it on purpose, and he has no care in the world for Foodie Kenobi, and he's going to continue it. So you know what we're going to do now, folks? We're going to look over the little bit of flirting in the side here, and we got some screenshots, some detective this done, and we're gonna read them off here because there's some things I'm not understanding. This guy over here, Captain Keyboard, continues to talk to these people in the chat on the side and flirt, right? Then he's always asking them strange questions, and this is like what I don't understand. You in the side chat to some stranger and you continue to ask where they're from, like where do you live, where's your location? I don't see nobody else in the side chat be asking, just straight up going, excuse me, where do you live, where's your location, and all this type of stuff. Give me your coordinates. It's just very strange that he continues to do this. And unless you're going to use this for some reason, like you're going to meet up and say, well, you live a little bit close to me over here in Syria, we can meet up and go to whatever it is, some sort of restaurant and relax, right? Then there's no need to know this information. So let's go over some of these screenshots right here. Look at this right here. Boom. Captain Keyboard goes on to say, where do you live, with this little emoji face right there. It's not like a laughing face or something like that. He's asking a direct question. Why would this supposedly married man be asking this person in the chat, where do you live? Unless he's interested. He was asking this lady in the chat what language she speaks and all this other type of stuff that doesn't need. He was just ignoring the rest of the chat. There's like 100 or 200 people there that's talking and everything like that. And he's ignoring everybody else but this one direct person. And then he didn't get a fast enough response. So he wrote this right here. Boom, Captain Keyboard, you in Syria with the same face, right? So from what I take this as my opinion, why is he asking? Maybe he want to meet up in Syria, right? What is going on? This guy has not learned anything. You have the whole girl world here documenting every single thing you do, guy, and you over here still doing it again and again. And Foodie Kenobi doing nothing to stop it. She don't even care. As long as them super chats is coming in, she gonna continue to do this nonsense over and over and let you get away with it. You know why? Because she know who she's dealing with, and you ain't gonna do nothing to change that, right? So the lady goes on to respond, and she responds right here. Look at this. Boom. No, Captain Keyboard, I'm a Palestinian in Canada, and you know this is gonna be a drama, right? Because this lady is now in Canada, and Captain Keyboard has no opportunity to get out there, right? Because he would have flown there the million billion miles to visit the love of his life, the wife, his one and only dream girl. He would have came there when he could, but he couldn't. But now he's over here flirting. This person is not in Syria, and I could see the tears coming from his eyes. But this doesn't end here, because at the end of this whole thing, the lady goes on to leave him this message. Look right here. Boom. Thank you, Captain Keyboard, and 3 beautiful hearts with the little sparkling thing. That's even more important. With the little sparkle, it means a lot more. And then the hands and all this type of stuff. I have never seen somebody blatantly that says they're somebody's husband come on the internet all the time and flirt with ladies and flirt and try to find where they live in and their locations and talking to them behind the scenes, cell phones and WhatsApp and all this nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. And the sad part is Foodie Kenobi has been going through this stuff for over 3 years, right? Almost 4 years. And Captain Keyboard hasn't had the respect to stop and apologize, say, you know, how can I say, Foodie Kenobi, I'm so sorry. I did this in the past. I caused that whole drama. I said I wanted to do bad things to some other lady, and, you know, my bad. I will forgive me. Nope. That's never gonna happen because Foodie Wan Kenobi is in no situation to care, right? She said she don't want to look for somebody else. She don't want to change anything. She just want to be happily married to this person that she never sees. But you know, that's her choice. You want to do that type of stuff? Go right ahead. People enjoy that. Other people don't. You do what you want to do. But there's no reason that somebody should be cheating on you all the time and flirting in front of you and coming in your chat at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's what time he said in the side chat. He said it was 4:14 a.m. Why isn't he sleeping? Why isn't he getting ready for work? He's this big business tycoon making millions and billions of dollars all over the place. It doesn't make no sense. He's in there flirting with this lady in the side, doing what he got to do. But there's one thing he's not doing with his millions of billions of dollars. He's not buying Chantel a second seat over there. She wanted to be comfortable. She wanted BG to have some luxury to sit there. Chantel even asked for a whole row. I'm not making this up. She said in one of the videos she wished that she could get a whole row, but it's $900 per seat. Why is she giving us so detailed information? I hope nobody giving no $900. What's that? 2 extra seats, $1,800 to have one for BG, one for the luggage bags or whatever nonsense it is. Why isn't her husband doing this, right? He said he making all this money. Why isn't he giving the cash? Why isn't he saying, I haven't seen my wife in a year. I will do it. If she wants to buy the whole first class, I will buy it for her because I miss her and I love her so much and I want her to come here to see me, right? But instead, he's over in the chat. Buy her an icy machine, $350. Do this, somebody get her tickets, buy her 2 seats and all this type of nonsense. I have never seen people come on here and grift completely, just straight up asking for money. Like, give me money for seats. I want luxury and all this other stuff. People over here struggling to eat, right? They struggling to buy food and eggs and all other type of stuff, right? And you're coming over here. It's not asking for $5, you need to get something. You asking for $900, $2,000, $3,000 in seats and all this other nonsense, right? And you're saying that your husband is this dedicated person that loves you and he won't even put a dime over there to pay for nothing for you, right? You said that you was paying for your seats. You said that you paid over there for that, how can I say, BG's container off of Temu for $20. Think about it. You love your cat so much you paid $20 only for the security on the plane. You need to pay something else. It doesn't make no sense. I can't even understand how she comes on here every day and spits this nonsense out to people and they actually listen to it. She's not even a good person to be grifting. She comes on here straight up, does nothing, lays sideways all day long, 24/7, 5 hours, 18-hour streams, the same nonsense for years. It's over a year I think it's a year she's home now doing this. She said, I was going to get back to Canada. I was going to visit all these places. I was going to vlog. I was going to show you all this stuff. I was going to take you on exciting adventures, right? I was going to do all this type of stuff. And you know what we got? A couch sideways laying there with a mess. Look at this mess right here. Boom. She have, what is that? An extension cord surge protector on top of the couch, right? If this isn't a fire hazard, nothing is, right? She has some pickles over there and water and all this other type of nonsense, and she doesn't care. She gonna cause, how can I say, some sort of fire. Somebody gonna get hurt. No one puts electricity on top of that. Looks like the most flammable couch I have ever seen, and she does it all the time. And then she just look right here, boom. She just dives on there. You see right there, she dived on the couch, bam, slammed into all that stuff right there. Could have got on there, could have caused a spark, could have burned everything, and people could have got hurt. And I want you to think about it. If you haven't been paying attention, Chantel over there, Foodie Wan Kenobi, has had fire, how can I say, tests over there. You know, the fire alarm's going on, and it's rearing for like 20 minutes. It's going off, the fire alarm, and she's supposed to leave. Did she get up? No. She just laid there sideways, continue to stream and say, I guess if they bang on the door, then I'll leave. She doesn't even get up during a fire emergency. Think about it. In the past, somebody actually came and opened the door and she turned her head and she's like, oh yeah, I'm still in here during another fire alarm. Can you imagine that? She have no respect for anybody. She not going to go out there, but she will go speed out there to do nonsense, to sit under the bridge and complain and all this type of nonsense. But during a fire emergency, that's just way too much. You just disturbing her peace. She wants to relax and just bees during it. Can you imagine this type of stuff? But now that we done with that nonsense, we're gonna go on to a part of this live stream last night that was funny. I had to laugh a little bit because it was the best part of the whole thing. So during the live stream, Chantel actually starts paying attention, I guess, to the husband in the chat, and she starts saying, "Hey, Captain Keyboard, I know you can't wait for BG to get there, and she gonna make you so happy. You're gonna hug her and kiss her and have the greatest time of your life. This is gonna be the second best cat to your whole world, right?" And he immediately responds with this, boom, "No thanks, not excited to meet her because she's not gonna let me sleep." And that's the best part. He ain't even showing that he likes. He ain't even in this situation. He ain't even lying. He's just like, "I don't want another cat here. I got enough problems with this cat, and I have you moving back here, and you're gonna live over there in that whatever the place that is with a rooster all day long, and you're gonna have your cat over there, and I'll come see you maybe once a week, once a month, once a millennium. And if I'm really kind and I don't want to visit you, I'll send you a super chat in the side for 99 cents. Hey, my wife Chantel, I love you so much. I'll be there next decade." Imagine being such a glorious marriage that's documented 24/7 online in chats and being exposed time after time after time, flying thousands of miles, millions of miles, country to country to be put in some barn with a chicken and a rooster and be banished to an hour away to visit maybe once a millennium. That's the type of condition that Chantel has put herself in. This is the type of stuff she loves. And the best part of it, Chantel says she buying herself a pair of stiletto heels and she's going to live in the lap of luxury. Well, that's the end of the video, folks, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Later.